Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Moltech Technologies Limited earnings conference call hosted by Emkay Global Financial Services Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during this conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on a touch-tone phone. Please note, this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Sir Abhishek Taparia from Emkay Global Financial Services Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome the management and thank them for this opportunity. We have with us today Mr. Lakshman Rao Janumahanti, Chairman and Managing Director, and Mr. Sarvesh, Chief Financial Officer. I shall now hand over the call to the management for the opening remarks. Over to you, gentlemen.
Abhishek. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Moltech Technologies Limited, I extend a warm welcome to all the participants joining our earnings call today. I am Sarvesh, CFO of Moltech, and I am pleased to present the financial performance of the company for the quarter and half year ended. Yeah, to start with revenue, the sales have gone up by 20.85% from 33.29 crores to 40.23 crores. A significant increase by 20%, and the EBITDA was shot up by 144.5% from 2.44 crore to 5.96 crore, and the profit after tax was shot up by 2% from 0.68 crore to 3.24 crore, and we have able to perform significantly, like we are able to maintain our traction compared to the Q1 in Q2. However, compared to the earlier year, 24-25, we are at little lower side due to the geopolitical situations, particularly in the US markets. And over to the operator.
Thank you very much, sir.
Over to Chairman. Maybe you can add to Chairman.
Yeah. In addition to improving performance in the Q2 compared to Q1, which is very heartening because the situation in the US construction industry in general has been dampened with the new tariff situation and a lot of confusion about the future. But now things are getting clarified, and that is reflecting in our considerable growth in Q2 performance. Now I want to add an important step that has taken place in the history of Moltech, that is acquisition of Beryl Project Engineering Company, a 40-member American company based in Tampa, Florida. This is promoted by a professional engineer, Mr. Richard Leo Cannon, who is a young, around 45-year-old professional engineer who has established this company, and now currently it has revenues of about 5.6 million in the last financial year, with a profit close to 0.5 million. And we have paid a purchase consideration of 2.7 million plus other working capital adjustments, well within the 3 million mark. So this is very good purchase for Moltech because it adds residential activities. Currently, Moltech is only in mainly detailing of industrial and commercial buildings, that too with steel as a basic raw material. But now these are residential buildings wherein Beryl provides right from permits, approvals, inspections, and additions, if any, which any residence takes place in the two counties in Florida, and they will provide even on-site inspection support. So the 40-member team is well versed in these activities, and their revenues are just coming from two counties. As you all know, USA has more than 3,000 counties. So the expansionability of the operations and widening the horizon of our revenues can be very considerably, significantly big. and adding Moltech's backup of designing services, AutoCAD and detailing services in this domain will enhance Beryl in USA to expand to more counties and double or triple the revenues in the coming years. Or it can be much bigger if we can provide a sustainable business model offering outsourcing offshore services and on-site presence. So this brings Moltech into a big area of civil engineering, similar in nature, but there will be few techniques that are different, which will be taught by the team of Beryl, which is arriving in January for a couple of months to interact with our engineers. And we are also sending a couple of our senior engineers in December, this month itself, to Beryl, Florida, so that they will be catching up with the ways and means and methods followed by Beryl in executing these projects. So these residential projects will yield much better profitability once the offshore model is adopted. And Beryl is also a technological savvy company. They developed AI modeled plan review and permit processing procedure by AI model, which will enable Moltech team to have enough deliveries and also ensure quality inspection done right here in India. So this synergy is going to take Moltech into a much bigger league in civil engineering services in USA. That is a very positive note on which I wish to conclude, and we'll go for question answers. Another news is that another positive is the consolidation of accounts will start from November 1st. So for the Q3 itself, you will be seeing a meaningful contribution from Beryl in our performance. Over to the operator for question and answers.
Thank you so much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. First question is from the line of Kapsi from VMSPL Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, could you give more details on your acquisition cost for Beryl? What multiples have you paid for it? And the logic behind it, and how did this acquisition really come about?
Yeah, this acquisition has come out with our more than last 1 year efforts. We have been searching one series surveys. All our team is with various brokers around US. We've been trying, and one of them has suggested this company, and then our management in USA met them, and that's how it started. And if you look at the purchase price, it is 0.5 times the revenue, which is fairly favorable to us, and it is about 7 times the EBITDA, which is also industry standard. So that way, one more positive development is Mr. Richard Leo is also willing to invest about $540,000. That is almost close to 5 crores in Moltech's Technologies equity to show his commitment towards staying long term with the Moltech and grow along with it. So the subject to statutory clearances, who will be processing an equity participation for Mr. Lee in the next few months. So that way, the pricing and the commitments of continued employment and developing the combined entity have been well in place.
Also wanted to understand a little bit more about the civil space in the U.S. Who do we really compete with? And, since we are I mean, who are the larger players and do we really have a right to win? Why would a prospective client choose us over another? I mean, do we have a differentiation to which we go to the client?
See, these are basically, I'll explain. When you want to construct a house or repair a house or add additional rooms to your house, you need to go to the municipality or a county with the plans and submissions with a structural engineer certifying that safety and strength of the building you are proposing. So this starts right at the beginning of the permission to start construction. So these services of Beryl will start right at the beginning, right from making a plan, interacting with the architects, and then those plans are made structurally strong enough to sustain the soil, wind conditions of the location. So all these designs have to be made and submitted to the county for approval. So once the county approves, at different stages of the construction, our inspection teams go and certify that the building is being constructed in line with the approved plans. So the activity goes on for almost 6 to 9 months, depending upon the building progress. And in the case of commercial buildings, where there could be shopping malls, small shopping malls, or small office areas, or schools. It could even happen for over a period of 1 year. And these fees are payable by the clients to us. And Leo and his team are authorized to work in 2 or 3 counties as of now in Florida. And they can expand that because of their past 13 years of experience and proven track record. They can expand not only in Atlanta, they can expand in Georgia, and several other states and counties across USA. And Moltech can support right from beginning when the plans are made and standards are mentioned. Our team can learn the standards of Florida and incorporate them in the drawings and make sure right from electrical switches, their height from the ground, distance from the wall, plumbing detail, even drainage detail, all the BIMs that is required for a building, apart from the structural design, are in the scope of Beryl. So as the scope is increasing, their ability to take, as the team is increasing, their ability to take more projects will happen. And with 13 years of track record, they will be easily able to go across Florida, where I think there are more than 20-25 counties. So, and then our team in Atlanta is already in touch with some of the counties, and there is good response. You may ask why they should come to us. The reasons are the retiring manpower in USA who are mainly in inspections and this kind of permit services, and there's not much of a replacement happening. So there is a demand which is across the board being felt in these counties. And when there is a AA-based and offshore-based model which enable faster clearances, faster submissions, obviously the residents who want to construct would prefer Beryl Moltech combination. You're asking about a competition. There is one company, I just missed the name. They are having multi-billion turnover in this permits and residential engineering services, operating across more than 30 states in USA. So that is
what's the name of that company,
potential for the services.
What's the name of that company, sir?
I will provide you. Sarvesh, did you note that when Prasad was mentioning?
It is. I think it is USB.
Yeah.
USB.
B for Bombay. USB.
Okay. Thank you. And just last question, sir. I see we've done strategic partnerships with companies in providing pre-engineered buildings and robotics, Interact and affordable robotics. So just wanted to understand what is I mean, what are we trying to achieve with that? What's our future roadmap? And does the company have a 5-year vision down the line, how big the company wants to be, what type of different segments the company wants to be in, and revenue profitability?
Actually, now I'm currently in USA, attended a show, DBAI show along with Interarch team. And unfortunately, the tariffs confusion has not given us the kind of push, but a lot of people are interested to have even building systems supported with Moltex design being supplied directly from India. It is happening from Vietnam, Thailand, even Japan and China. Many buildings in knockdown condition. Buildings means these are all basically PEBs, pre-engineered metal buildings, steel buildings. So these are brought in a knockdown condition in ships and directed here in USA. Though that costs at least 20 to 40% cheaper than manufacturing in USA. But the problem is with the tariffs coming in and lack of clarity, whether it is 25% or 50%, we are not in a position to push it. But a lot of clients, a lot of directors and builders are showing interest. We had very meaningful meetings here in USA, and I think the Interarch work also will start once the clarity comes on tariffs. Moltec will provide field right from designing, detailing, stamping, and monitoring of the buildings, while Interarch will be the supplier of the buildings to the builder. So we play a role of facilitating the building erection, building drawings, designs, and connection work.
Okay, sir. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you. Participants may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Madhur Rathi from Counter Cyclical Investments. Please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity. Sir, if you could just help us understand what is the mix between the client mix in our civil engineering services currently, and sir, how do you plan to, sir, with this Beryl acquisition, sir, you mentioned that the residential segment would add on, sir, but it seems that this segment is much smaller in contract size versus our commercial segment. So if you could just help us understand on the both front.
No. The residential size is much bigger than commercial and industrial, because each project may be bigger in commercial projects. But what Beryl does is not small. It is huge in numbers. Maybe each project will not be running into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Each project may be $20,000 to $50,000 depending upon the scope, or sometimes even $5,000 if it is a small expansion of a house. But it happens across the country by several individual house builders, not necessarily residentials, but also semi-commercial establishments like schools, hostels, motels, 3-storied up to 5-storied buildings. So there are several of these being constructed, while industrial and commercial are a few hundreds that will happen a year. So these can run into lakhs of buildings. So the opportunity is humongous in residential and semi-commercial buildings. You can also notice if there is one high-rise building, there will be thousands of residences and commercial establishments. That way, the services are humongous. Size of the market is much bigger.
So it's basically the volume that we are going after rather than the project size. Is our understanding correct?
That is one. And another thing is, with the entry into commercial side, our projects of industrial nature, permit clearances and approvals can be taken by Beryl. And wherever Beryl has acquired or got the permits and approvals for a commercial establishment in their region, Moltec can provide the connection design and detailing. So there is an excellent synergy that because permits and approvals are required for residential, commercial, industrial, or even high-rise buildings. So the process of approval is well known to Beryl, and well established with them. So what they are now currently doing is just getting the approval and permit for a big building and letting it go to somebody else for design. They restrict themselves to residential buildings. Now with Moltech coming in, we will be in a position to take over the major steel buildings designing and detailing also. So there is a very good complementary synergy. And when we get steel structures detailing and designing, we can pitch for approval and permit process also, which Beryl team can do. So that way we can add strength to each other.
Got it. And sir, the permission and approvals for the commercial, sir, these are not bound by counties, right? They can acquire permission and approvals in whichever state or wherever there is opportunity. Is that understanding correct, or is it bound towards the counties that they are in the presently?
No, only counties have the right to give the permits and approvals. For industrial structures, they may have additional requirements of clearances from the bodies, other statutory bodies. The basic approval plan layout has to be in the environmentally and socially and location wise, all are to be approved by counties.
Got it. Sir, what is the current client mix in the civil engineering segment?
Oh, there are hundreds of clients for Moltech across the 50 states of United States. But for the activity which has slowed down before the elections and soon after the elections due to this confusion of tariffs, there is a lot of withholding of the buildings, but it slowly started picking up, and that is reflecting in our better improvement in Q2, and also work on hand is increasing. If you notice in MES, the work on hand was hardly $150,000 last quarter, is now around $600,000. So slowly the traction is coming up, and more clarity will come once the tariffs are cleared. More than tariffs, now we are excited about this association with the Beryl, which will not only add a huge segment of essential and semi-commercial designing opportunity for Moltech, but also the permits and approval opportunity can be expanded to, if you are capable, you can go all around with 3,000 counties across USA, because the process is similar. Some small differences exist between state to state, but the process is similar, and that require skills which can be built up in Moltech India within 3 to 6 months' time.
Got it. Sir, what is our current order book in the civil engineering segment? Apart from the $7 million that we'll be doing in Beryl for the next year?
See, typically last year we had done about 18 million overall. In that, almost 14 million was from 14.5 from civil, I guess. Sarvesh, correct me if I'm wrong. And then this year also we will be doing around 14 to 15 million in civil, maybe 14 million in civil, and about 3.5, 4 million in MES, that is 17 and odd. And then 7 million, we will not get all 7 million consolidated, only 5 months numbers will come from Beryl, hopefully around 2.5 to 3 million. So we may cross 20, 21 million for the current financial year, up from 18 million last year. And next year, the full 7, they are planning to achieve 7 million in Beryl. So, and this, our regular turnover also may go up to 20 million. So 27 million is a internal target for next 26-27 financial year.
And just to add, the current work on hand, it's more than 4.5 million, which is considerably on higher side compared to the earlier quarters.
Sir, this is on the civil part only, right? Apart from the 600,000 in the MES.
Yes, from civil it is around 4.2, 4.3 million.
Got it. Sir, so I wanted to understand, sir, the margins in Beryl, sir, you mentioned that we closed it at 7 times EBITDA. So they are doing like 6-7% margins. And sir, with this India integration, sir, if you could just help us understand, because in our sir, this business is new to me, so I'm just trying to understand. You mentioned that they are into structural engineering and design, property inspections, and expert witness. Sir, all these services seem to be like there needs to be personnel present in US to get these orders, or the actual human onshore will require much more onshore employees going forward. So if you could just help us
inspection
understand,
and
sir.
inspection and expert witness require onshore, but structural designing, plans, permit approval process can completely outsourced with a monitoring person or persons in USA. So that part today contributes more than 50%, 55% of barrels turnover. So that part can be offloaded with the benefits of reduced costs. And we are not going to stop with the same existing two counties. We will expand definitely to 5 to 6 counties within the next 6 months. We'll be trying to get into the counties in Georgia, where we have a office in Atlanta. So like this, year after year, as we acquire the knowledge and strengthen the team, we'll be in a position to aggressively add more and more counties going forward. So in my opinion, at least 25 to 30% of the work at Beryl can be outsourced to our Indian operations.
So on an overall basis, sir, what kind of margin improvement can we see or at Beryl's level, and what should be the total margin expected at Moltech's level, maybe over the next 2 to 3 years?
See, it may start slowly in this next 6 months, but as we pick up the knowledge and hold more and more work from India, especially in the design and permits and approval process, I think from the current level of 7-8% EBITDA, they can easily go up to 15 to 20% EBITDA levels, and with the top line also growing at least 20 to 25%. So there will be a considerable improvement in EBITDA in Beryl's operations, probably from next few quarters.
Got it. And sir, we expect the margin improvement at Moltech's level on the consolidated standalone business for FY27 as well with operating leverage. Is that understanding correct?
Yeah. See, you might have noticed why our performance was so good in 24, especially the first half, because whenever the top line improves, the bottom line automatically picks up the entire benefit, because it's a cost, kind of sunken cost model. Employees are already there and they won't be removed if just small drop in workflow. So whenever the work is optimal, the bottom line swells. That is, if somebody can analyze our P&Ls for last 3-4 years, you will clearly understand what is very critical is getting the top line. The moment top line is there, the bottom line swells. So that is where we are also working. That is what is our WOH is an indicator. The work on hand increasing from 3 million to 4 million in the case of civil, and 0.15 million to 0.6 million in mechanical is an indicator of better future. The moment the top line improves, our break-even costs are already sunk costs, so the bottom line swells. So I hope coming quarters or coming year will be back to much better margin performance.
Got it, sir. That was very helpful. Just a final question from mine, sir. Sir, with this AI and sir, we have seen in the BPO industry where AI use has been helping a lot of BPO to improve their margin profile. Sir, so how can we expect AI use at Moltech's level and on the margin improvement? And sir, what kind of personnel addition can we expect over the next maybe 3 years?
See, AI helps in making routine work easy, and in engineering, though it is a routine work, it need to be inspected and certified by a professional engineer who need to go through the detail. But the routine jobs can be done without sparing any much time. So there will be a considerable time saving in routine jobs. But when it comes to the stamping and applying to the municipalities and following up for the clearances, the work remains more or less same. But AI our Beryl has already developed tools in AI, and they're experimenting level, and some of them are even being used to simplify codal requirements, printing the codal requirement right there on the papers as per the county's laws. All those things are now becoming automatic instead of a human sitting and doing it. So those AI platform will be accessible to Moltech now, and the Moltech team will get trained in that, and more permits and approvals can be processed by Beryl and Moltech team using the AI tools. For you to understand what is a permit and approval, when you build a new house or add a couple of rooms in the first floor or on the side, you need to go for a complete plan approvals in USA. Otherwise, it's not like in India, people just do it and then get it ratified. It has to be approved in the beginning, and at various stages, the counties will send people like Beryl who are authorized to do the inspections for inspections at each stage, and they have to go sign, stamp the papers, and ensure that everything that is being given in the plan is followed in construction. Otherwise, they have a right to demolish it, and they have a right to recommend to county to stop the work. So this is a powerful job where every citizen in USA, when he does a new house or a modification or a repair, he has to go through this process and use the service of Beryl or similar companies.
Got it, sir. So that was from me, sir. Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1. As there are no further questions from the participants. Okay, so we have a question. Should we go ahead? The next question is from the line of Madhur Rathi from Counter Cyclical Investments. Please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity once again. Sir, I wanted to understand regarding our customer profile in the mechanical engineering segment, and sir, what kind of customers are we targeting going forward? Sir, are we, yeah.
Vamshi, can you answer this?
Yeah. So, hi everyone. So, from a mechanical engineering perspective, we have broadly the automotive segment where we are working with tier 1 suppliers of automotive OEMs where we are involved in the body manufacturing. Apart from that, another segment which is actually a combination of civil and mechanical, it is in the utility space where we are involved in the power transmission substation design and towers. Another third segment, relatively small, where we are putting a lot of focus for diversification is the industrial machinery and the special purpose machines. So this is where we are from a mechanical engineering perspective. Since we are predominantly focused and concentrated on the automotive side, we have been working towards diversifying further to de-risk ourselves from the automotive so that we have more predictable and another scope of work. So these are like the broad categories of segments which we are working on.
And in addition, in plant engineering also, we are slowly creating a team, and there are a couple of inquiries in plant engineering which may be taken up in the next couple of quarters.
Sir, so would we aspire to be someone like, sir, there's a competitor, sir, Onward Technology, sir. I think they do a lot of work similar to us in the mechanical engineering side, and sir, they have been very vocal that they are trying to become an R&D extension of these OEMs. So can we expect for us to aspire to be reach those kind of levels maybe over the next few years?
Yeah, it is possible. Now we are having deeper relations in mechanical with the clients in the mechanical also. Some clients in Mexico, some clients in Europe have been regularly using our services now, and those relations can be built up to become the developmental centers here in India as a possibility. I don't rule out that, but currently the focus is more to stabilize the division where more than 250 people are deployed, and we are shifting the skill set not only from automobile, we are adding in the SPM and plant engineering domain.
Got it. Sir, just a final question, sir, on the Europe civil engineering segment, sir, how is this market currently? Is it also facing issues like the US market, or how is the market currently, and how are you expecting new order inflows in this market?
We are not really active in civil engineering in Europe. It's a different standards and different methods, and the pricing is also not as attractive. And the standards to be followed are entirely different from US standards, so there could be confusion in the teams. So, of course, we could have created a parallel team, but the workflow from Europe is not as aggressive as in compared to USA. So, we are not currently in civil there, other than precast concrete. We have a couple of clients for whom we provide precast concrete design in Europe. Other than that, it's all mechanical engineering what we do in Europe.
Got it. And sir, in the US market, sir, do we cater to any of the data center structures currently, or that is not the space we are currently involved in?
No, actually, I think that's the point I missed. Now with the data centers coming up, there's a lot of demand for transmission lines to be designed, transmission towers to be designed, and power stations, substations near to the data centers to be provided. And we have been in that line for last 8 to 10 years with more than 60, 70 resources. We are now about to double the capacity in the next 1 year because of the increased demand for data center power stations and transmission lines. Not leaving it only poles and towers. We are now planning to enter into transmission tower and conductor design also. So this will lead us to expand our poles and tower division from 60, 70 people to more than 100, 120 people in the next 6 months.
Got it. And sir, these services will be providing to utility companies or to
Yes.
OEM kind of suppliers?
Generally to utility companies, but sometimes there could be a tier 1 supplier to them who in turn take the designs and he will erect the structures in the site. He will provide us the survey details and we'll be providing the lattice tower design, and tomorrow once we build up the skill, even the conductor design. So that will be high end of poles and towers. Currently we are only at designing of poles and towers, but not the conductor and line design. So these two areas also we are planning to enter in this couple of quarters, which will augment our status and also expand revenues. This is an exciting area in mechanical which we have identified thanks to the data centers and EV plants and EV charging. All this is happening. New power lines and substations are being rapidly expanded in USA.
Got it. Sir, that was from my end. Sir, thank you so much for answering my questions so patiently.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1. As there are no further questions from the participants, I now hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments.
I take this opportunity to thank all the participants, and I'm really excited that the future of the company is going to completely go for a major change in terms of more and more stability coming in civil services with the residential buildings and permit approval process also being added into our domain, which are humongous in size and it's our ability to create a good team and ensure that these teams work together to deliver more and more work, and then expand to more counties across the USA to expand or even double the revenues on a year-on-year, at least in that residential domain. And also, I'm glad that mechanical is showing green shoots of growth, especially in poles and towers and distribution utility services, and also our basic automobile and SVM traction is also on the rise. So I think with all these domains and segments going to grow, especially due to the acquisition of Beryl, I think the prospects of the company are going for a much better phase in the coming quarters. I thank you very much all for your time and say goodbye to all of you. Good day.
On behalf of MK Global Financial Services Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.